Everybody, Felix Stoffelbaker here. I just wanted to make a quick video on one of the things I was thinking about Bitcoin that maybe surprised some people is, if you think about it, all the governments around the world, when people try to come up with new currencies or they try to imitate or counterfeit their own country's currencies or other countries' currencies, they get thrown in prison. They have the harshest laws enacted against them. They have the book completely thrown at them, and they are just ran through the ringer for basically trying to steal money, counterfeit money of any type. And what I think is interesting is that Bitcoin, that has not happened. Nobody has been charged with creation of Bitcoin. There have been people arrested associated with Bitcoin, you know, like Ross, who made a digital Bitcoin marketplace that was denominated in Bitcoin only, but he didn't create Bitcoin or claim to. And what you see is, when these laws are broken in countries, the people who perpetrate them are often swiftly brought to justice according to how the government sees fit. And so, to protect themselves, usually protect their power. So I just find it really interesting that with Bitcoin, this hasn't happened. And you know, we don't hear a lot about the government trying to go after whoever they believe Satoshi was, or who is Satoshi, whether it be a person or a group of people. They're more than capable of being able to tell who it is and tell who they are. And so for them not to be pursuing them or going after them or arresting them, arresting people associated with them, or some of the people who talked to Satoshi or worked with some of the people in a Satoshi chat group, you know, none of those people are being prosecuted for that. So that tells me that Bitcoin has a true purpose. That tells me that Bitcoin is something bigger that a lot of people aren't taking into account. That on the surface, yeah, it's out there, and yeah, it can't be stopped technically because it's a peer-to-peer blockchain, and if somebody has a copy of the whole blockchain and is running a node, that they could just spin up a whole new chain and then everybody could copy it again, download it, and run it. So all you would need is one copy ever to exist anyway, if you stomped out all the others. But I think that besides those kind of facts that make Bitcoin incredible and set it apart from other currencies and other assets and other things that we've seen before, is how the governments just aren't really touching it. They kind of poked at it, tried to make it illegal for a tiny bit, and then they thought, well, let's just look at it. And now a lot of them are starting to embrace it. And it's just funny that the whole time the banks and everybody were just talking bad about it. Meanwhile, they were doing their due diligence and loading up on it and becoming familiar with the markets. And now, you know, they're about to roll it out and make tons and tons of money, billions and billions of dollars in fees alone they're going to make. So now they're taking advantage of it. And I just think that's Bitcoin has a bigger purpose to be able to be succeeding the way it has, especially only in 11 years. It's definitely done more than any other currencies. And, you know, it's an experiment, just like the US dollar is an experiment, just like all the other currencies are an experiment. Fiat is a direct experiment, but this is the hardest money man's ever created, and it's the best money anybody's ever created. So I think that, you know, for these little reasons, there's a ton of reasons, but one of those just was thinking about it and stuck out to me lately. And I really feel like Bitcoin has a higher purpose, and people need to take full advantage of it while it's still at these prices and available around the $10,000 range. 10,000 is kind of like the new 100 if you think about in terms of dollars to Bitcoin. $10,000 in Bitcoin, 0.01 Bitcoin is 100th. So it's kind of like 100. The new 100 is right at that 10,000 mark. So just something to put out there. All right, Stoffel Baker out.